Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode with iTrack. Huge shout out to all the iTrack fam all across the globe, from Cali to New York, from Monaco to Paris. Hey, big shout out to each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys. Scotland's in the building, New Zealand, Australia always in the building. I appreciate all of you guys. If this is your first time here, what we like to do is take a look at the most interesting and creepy TikToks and kind of evaluate for ourselves whether these are fact or fake. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button for me, smash that subscribe button, and join the iTrack fam. Let's just jump right into this thing.
So this is the alleged the United Healthcare CEO, and man, something about this just feels so odd. So check this out. This is Luigi Mangione, and he was recognized eating at a McDonald's, this guy, in Pennsylvania, and the workers recognized him, so they called the cops. He gave the cops a fake ID, and they asked him if he'd been to New York recently, and he visibly started to become nervous. So they checked his bag, and in his bag, they found multiple fake IDs. They found a 3D printed ghost gun with a silencer. They found a handwritten manifesto criticizing the healthcare industry, and it had the words, "These parasites had it coming." They also found $8,000 in cash, $2,000 in foreign currency, and something interesting is, he said during his hearing he doesn't know where that cash came from, and he said, "I'm not sure if this was planted." I mean, this man was a valedictorian at a private all-boys high school. He had a bachelor and master's in computer science, and a friend said that he had a wealthy family and he had everything going for him. Luigi Mangione may have just left us a cryptic message on his social media. Now, this is absolutely wild, so stay with me here. So if you go to his X/Twitter, you can see that there's a banner on top of his profile. Now, it's believed that every single one of these pictures has meaning to it. Now, the first one is a Pokemon. This is super random, just have on your profile. But if you look up the number of the Pokemon in the Codex, it's 286. Well, coincidentally, Luigi left us with 286 posts on his profile. Now, if you look up Proverbs 28:6, this is what it says. "Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways." And he's in jail for the death of the United Healthcare CEO. Next to the Pokemon is a picture of a lower back x-ray, which is believed to be his, with screws inside of it. Now, Luigi's former roommate RJ Martin told the media that he had severe back problems, so bad that it would leave him in bed for over a week, and it severely impacted his dating and intimate life, which left him distressed. Now, he also said that he got a back surgery. After this back surgery, he didn't talk to his friends or family, and this is when they lost touch with him. Eventually, in November of 2024, his mom called him missing. A month later, he did what he did.
Hey, talk about deep dive. I mean, what are the odds of that actually happening the way it did? And him having a ghost gun would explain why it jammed when he was in the middle of doing what he was doing. Now, this is the type of information you definitely want to stay on top of.
Guy, they showed that guy, but then they showed another guy smiling without his mask on. That's not the killer. They're doing bait and switch. That guy, the guy that did the shooting, is what's called a weaponized sleeper cell. So a person who is MK Ultra'd in childhood, okay, MK Ultra'd, system at Monarch, mind control. It's a thing, and it started in the late 40s. It's a thing. It's a thing. It was a thing in World War II. They started all these experiments. That person who did the shooting is a sleeper cell. He was triggered and he woke up like a pod person. So one day he was probably playing video games with his family and doing shit like that. And then boom, like that. And he turns on and he's like, "I must kill that man." And he doesn't even know why. What's super interesting is I listened to a interview with the guy that tried to shoot Reagan and wanted to shoot Jodie Foster, or wanted to shoot Bush and Reagan, that guy, whatever his name is. I've brought this up before. Anyway, he says he has no recollection of what he did. And he's also a cousin of the Bush family, MK Ultra. So he's put out there a yes, the man, hitman, obviously, Jason.
Just come across this, and this is them actually showing you and explaining how cloud seeding is done. We've just spoken to one of the guys here, and he's totally explains that this is exactly what's been going on over the years now, is that obviously the planes produce clouds, and then it builds up like that, which then once it builds up like that, then the amount of moisture in there, it then produces the rain, the thunder, the lightning, which then produces the rain and the water, the moisture to the grounds. And in Thailand they use this quite a bit for areas that are very, very dry and don't have much rain. But yep, there you go guys, this is exactly how cloud seeding is done.
So, did you know China banned time travel?
What do you mean?
Listen.
How is that traveling? No, that's
exactly,
crazy.
Exactly. So listen. So if China, right, banned time travel, made it illegal for time travel, what does that mean?
That shit is true, fam.
That means time travel is possible.
No way.
Now here's my theory.
Yeah.
What if time travel isn't something that you make with a machine, but it's something you access with your spiritual side? That's why everybody can do it, but not everybody can unlock it. Because what if a time travel machine doesn't exist? What if it's onto a different realm that we can understand in a different way?
Okay, it's like, fuck.
Because how would time and space translate to a machine? Feel me?
Yeah.
It wouldn't. But time and space does kind of manifest in yourself. Look, in a sense, when you dream of something that happened in the past, is that not necessarily like time travel?
Not necessarily.
But you still remember things from it. So you kind of put yourself in that time travel position.
Yeah.
But if to live it exactly how it is that time travel?
Oh, that's just like jumping the dimensions.
Jumping dimension.
No, but maybe it's
With all the technology going on in China, if anybody would know about time traveling, it will be them.
I figured out what they're doing, and I'm about to connect all the dots. Now, what if I told you that those UFOs are not really UFOs that they're talking about in the mass media? They are basically drones that has a direct energy weapon that has a space-based laser generating system that can create pestilence. Everything that you're seeing taking place is the epitome of frequency warfare that can engineer asymmetrical biochemical warfare, because the frequencies from the direct energy weapon can cause neurological misfire, it can manipulate your nervous system, and it can also put holes in your auric field and make you depressed. So, it's not a coincidence that the United Healthcare CEO was just unalived, while simultaneously you have these UFOs, which are basically drones that extract direct energy weapon beams that can manipulate your physiology and your neurological capacity. So one thing you got to understand about this simulation that we're living in, everything operates on a cyclum of a cycle, which is a pattern. And those patterns operates on the frequencies of time that is being manipulated by the three-dimensional construct. What you're looking at is a smoke screen, right? It's part of the dualistic paradox of illusions. So what you seeing in the sky ain't no damn UFOs. Those are drones that have direct energy weapons that's coming from the Luciferian Anunnaki faction, right? Because they are basically working with the Black Hats, which is basically the deep state shadow government that wants to manipulate everything within the factions of the simulation.
Now, wouldn't that make just a little bit more sense than UFOs?
All right, here comes another one. This is very, very weird, but they're not car-sized. They're just weird. See, I feel like you can get a better judge of the size of it. The media said they're car-sized. They're not. They're just weird. They're going over and over. There's tons of them. And they're just going over the same areas again and again. It definitely looks like mapping. But no, it's definitely not car-sized. They're so weird looking though. They're much bigger than normal drones, I'll say that. Like the kind that I have is a Maverick. Oh, here's another one. They're big enough that they're making, like they make like airplane sounds, not like drone sounds. They make gliding sounds. Oh, it's so bizarre. I get why everyone's freaking out now. They're definitely not car-sized. That is some odd media spin. Like maybe they're like bike-sized, but I think they're even smaller than that, like tricycle-sized. But yeah, this is really, really, really odd that no one knows why they're doing this. If they're being this egregious about it, just flying over the same areas over and over and over again. It probably is something just like the government is mapping New Jersey just to have it. Something super innocuous, but I think it's kind of spooky.
Now, Buddy, in that last video, is starting to get a little bit more validation.
Supposedly, this is a picture of one of the car-sized drones flying around New Jersey right now. What is that? That looks like a tail. And what are these? I mean, it's a drone. Where are the rotors? Where's the battery pack? Where's the propulsion system? Because I don't see any of that here. I mean, come on, they're drones, really? And it's not just New Jersey, they're being seen all over the US. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're being seen all over the world. And it's the size of a car? What civilian or military drone looks like that? I mean, they're not trying to hide, they're flying low. I mean, what are these things? But they're saying, oh, there's nothing to worry about. We're investigating it. You know, we're on it, but don't worry. They're just drones. Really? I mean, it's getting ridiculous. But no, they're just drones.
What is that?
This is crazy. My God, look at it. That's not a plane. That is wild. That's going way too fast. That's not... What's with my camera? I had to go run in and get my camera. Nobody was gonna believe me. What's with my camera? Look at this thing. Is he... Jesus Christ.
Hey, New Jersey, I'm going to need you to tap in and let me know, is it like that in the sky? Because from what we can see on these videotapes, it looks like a mixture between a UAP and a drone, but leaning more towards the drone. But you just never know.
So this inconspicuous little granite stone right here is right here at the security at the South End Hall. But this was set by the Masons, March 19th, 1994. And if you look closely, New World Order Airport. Okay? So there used to be these murals on the walls and these gargoyles hanging off the corners, but God's underneath here is a bunker big enough to keep 50,000 people alive for 5 years. This is the Noah's Ark right here, Denver Airport.
So this is the newest version of our humanoid Neo, who is going to be piloted in homes. We're starting to roll that out now. In the long term, this will be doing your laundry, cleaning your house, tidying, and generally giving you back a lot of time in life. And in addition, it's going to be a great companion. You can talk to it, have good conversations, it can teach you things, it can be entertainment. And also, we're really excited about the ability to teleoperate the robot yourself. So if you're somewhere else, you can actually teleport into your robot and do small things in your house that maybe you forgot to do, right? Like feed the cat or close the window, check that everything's okay. It's going to be really exciting to explore in the coming years.
You know what? I like the robot idea for its convenience. You know, you might be busy or you might be traveling across the world and you might have forgot to feed the cat. That might be a good idea. But there are some people in the world that won't be able to distinguish the difference between this just being an AI bot and this being a person, right? They'll have conversations and then in their mind, they might be having a relationship of some sorts. Let me know what you think. Hey, this is the great debate. Do you think people are becoming X-Men, or do you think this is all just cap? Let me know. Cap.
The drones in New Jersey, they're here.
Looks like they're all landing in the...
A large working city operating deep underground as we go about our lives on the surface above. It's real, and it's right here in the United States.
Subtropolis. Decades ago, limestone was mined here for concrete and asphalt. What's left is space. A lot of space.
Okay, so what's down here right now? We have 6 million square feet of buildings leased to 55 companies. There's 1,700 employees that run around here and go to work every day.
It's a massive industrial park, all underground.
You ever worry like the world could come to an end upstairs and you guys would just be down here toiling away, right? I feel like Fort Knox there.
Security is a big selling point. Subtropolis is basically disaster-proof. Another selling point? Subtropolis is always 65 degrees. Always. What better place, then, to put a room full of computer servers? There's a lot of cool stuff in Subtropolis, especially in a company called Underground Vaults and Storage.
What are you going to show us? We're going to show you Hollywood right behind these doors.
Inside, aisle upon aisle of TV and movie treasures sent here by the studios for safekeeping. From the National Archives to food distributor Harris Brothers, the occupants of Subtropolis praise the predictability of doing business in a place where the sun never shines nor sets.
Only as an adult all this information about underground tunnels comes out, right? I had no clue that the U.S. had so many underground tunnels and bases like that. It's pretty wild.
Now, did you know they have found nanotechnology in Coca-Cola and in Pepsi products?
Nanoparticles, and some are very self-assembling. Nanorobots are deployed, which will be sometime perhaps in the 2020s or the 2030s.
I have a clean pipette. There's nothing in it. It's brand new. So now I'm going to open the product. So here we are, Pepsi Max. Let's open this product. I'm now going to get my product, the product, one drop, and this product is now on the microscope, and I've got it in dark field. Let's see what this sample does. So straight away we have got a huge amount of dots. These are just like I'm seeing in the blood. They are building together. These are like quantum dots. This is what I like This is what I see in the blood. Obviously, you've just seen that there are all sorts in this. I don't know what this is. Oh, look at this. This is, I'm sorry, but this is this is what I see in the blood. This is a hydrogel ribbon. And you can see these networks and structures they're building in lines. It's absolutely full.
This should be on a billboard, right? Or am I crazy, right? This should say somewhere on a billboard or even on the can, hey, there's nanoparticles in here. That's creepy, super creepy.
Breaking news, music mogul Sean Jay-Z Carter is accused of a 13-year-old girl with Sean Diddy Combs. Jay-Z was added to an amended civil lawsuit against Combs that was filed today. The suit claims Jay-Z joined Combs in assaulting the minor at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Jay-Z is denying the allegations, calling them, quote, a blackmail attempt. In a statement posted on X, the rapper said in part, these allegations are so heinous in nature, my heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability.
Headed for the next 3 years, 25, 26, and 27, with the beginning initial stages of the knockdown when it comes to Jay-Z. When they take him down, they're going to take Beyonce down behind him. And here's what I'm getting. I am getting both Jay-Z and Beyonce because, see, he procures her out there. He is her handler, and he is the one that pushes her out there public, and then he profits off her. So we're looking at, she was chosen for him. It is a karmic thing looking at their chart, but she was chosen for him in order to help him get where he needed to go. So she's the muse, but let's use this in a different way. Sometimes we use the word muse in the terms of profiteering off of it. He's very aware of entertainers, male and female, where he needs to go to keep his money coming in and what he's actually selling. He is going to be shaken up. Now, what I do see 3 years from now, him, his wife, and his kid, I don't know if there's more than one kid, see them with suitcases, and I literally see them leaving. So their residence will no longer be in the United States. This is what I'm seeing, and this happens by 2027, if not sooner, 2025 through 2027. And it's going to start crumbling, okay? So it's the next 3 years.
And definitely an important time in hip hop because you know what? If these two figureheads fall from this situation, I don't know. What does that mean for hip hop after that, right? Crazy.
Don't nobody want to believe me. See, that's why I don't get into telling y'all a bunch of facts and details, because it doesn't seem like many of you are really keeping up anyway. The stupidity is where my anger comes from.
Y'all, Ice Spice is gone. This person that you see right here is no longer here. This was her before. This is her now. We're not going off the fact that she clearly lost hella weight. No, not that. If y'all can't tell, I shouldn't even have to say it. Y'all didn't watch Supernatural, bruh. If you did, you would know. This not her. Y'all, she is transforming right in front of our faces. No longer Ice Spice. This is just Spice. One of the devil's pawns. I'm telling y'all, she is possessed. Look at it. Look at it for yourself. Y'all really gonna tell me it ain't? You really gonna sit here and tell me it ain't? Take a good look. Bow. Bam. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But TikTok, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Of course, this is Ice Spice. And of course, this is Ice Spice too. I'm just showing pictures. She's not gone. Nothing is wrong with her. She's a beautiful person.
All I'm saying is she looks different. That's literally the only thing I'm saying. She looks different. You know, let me know what you think though.
Someone told me to do Doritos.
Well, how many of you guys are eating this right now? See, this is why they always come out with these new flavors to entice you guys to buy this, y'all. Like, this is what you're getting yourselves into. Prepare yourselves. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Bro, even deeper into this, y'all see this? Like, even the bugs have like metals in them, y'all. Those transparent, translucent bugs, they got metals in them, the dark things. You can't even see them on the chip unless it's magnified. Are you kidding me? That's invasive. That is extremely invasive. And for them to give us this, y'all, oh my goodness. Did y'all know as in 2012, the USDA does not mandate what ingredients go into food and drinks? Did y'all know that? But look at them little things, y'all. That is so creepy. So yeah, how many of you guys are eating this right? Y'all got them in your dishes right now just staring at this. Oh my goodness, y'all. That just gives me the chills. So if you love Doritos or any kind of snacks, this is what you're getting yourself into. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get this shift, y'all. Peace out.
The cap was strong.
The Anunnaki and some of those ideas are that's just the Sumerian version of like the Genesis 6 event. Every culture, they have their own narrative of like the fallen angels, basically. Right, sure. It's star people or it's the Anunnaki or whatever. But the Anunnaki, like one of their things was like gold mining.
Well, I think it's interesting, right? Because it has a lot of value. But from a technological standpoint, if you ever look into what gold does, it's fascinating, right? You actually need gold for technology. And really, it's a story of the Watchers, right? It's these Elohim, as the Bible says, these angels, if we will. That's just a job title. But when they fell, the Bible talks about this. So was the book of Enoch. They taught humanity how to do stuff. And that exists across cultures, right? And so a lot of these cultures then replaced Yahweh, replaced God, and put their Elohim, or in some cases the serpent, at the top of the totem pole. And it's exactly what we see in Deuteronomy 32, right? You have the dividing of the nations, and God divides the nations among the Elohim. This is after Genesis 6 and after the fall. And prison in Tartarus, and the flood happens, and the giants are wiped out, the Nephilim are wiped out, even though they're thereafter, so they show up again. Whole other part, there's a whole other story. But God then divides the nations, takes Israel into himself, and then there's another rebellion.
And so I'm upstairs with King Tech. King Tech is Sway's partner. It's Sway and Tech of the morning show. They've been around since the 90s. They interviewed Tupac and Biggie. King Tech and Sway have their own show on Shade 45. And Tech we were upstairs working on music, and he was like, hey, don't go downstairs. Don't go downstairs. And then in between the music, like when when you're recording music and it would stop, you would hear, I heard all these noises, like it sounded like a porn. Right. And I was, thinking, what is this? And I noticed that Tech, would try to get the music back on real quick. And I'm like, are they shooting porn down there? Is what I was thinking. I know that the two women that were part of the show had left. It was just the guys. So I told him I was walking out of the studio room, and he was like, where are you going? Don't go downstairs. Don't go downstairs. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. And in the bathroom, and I could just hear it, and it was just so loud. And it was just men, and I'm just like shocked. So I try to peek my head around, and I could just see like the shadows, and I could see like a part of like RZA, and he was, naked, and you could just hear them, all the men with all the sex noises going at it, like aggressive. And obviously with like RZA and Khaled and Sway, and I still don't know who the other person was. You could identify all their voices, and it was loud and it was vulgar and it was absolutely crazy. So then I walked back in the room, and, I told Tech's playing the music, and I went up to him. I was like, what are they doing downstairs? He's like, oh, nothing. Just, they're working on the stuff, just whatever it was. He was just like, BSing me. But at that point, I'm listening for it, and I could keep hearing it. I was disgusted because I looked up to Sway Calloway as a journalist for so long, and he's married. And I looked up to Khaled, and he's married. It wasn't necessarily the homosexuality that bothered me as much as it was the adultery that was happening. Like, these are men that I really looked up to, and the dishonesty and deceit from someone like RZA, who constantly preaches about, being good and being wholesome, and, and here he is, cheating on his wife with a man. Same with DJ Khaled.
I'm gonna need somebody to say a strong prayer for hip hop, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
I wish that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that wasn't creepy at all. That clip was from a very recent interview with Jordan Peterson and Musk inside of the Texas Gigafactory. You can go look it up right at the very beginning. I'm talking the first 2 minutes. Musk goes off topic and obviously makes Peterson feel super uncomfortable and awkward and starts talking about Memphis, Egypt, when in reality, as you can see, Memphis, Tennessee is where Musk has set up a XAI data center for God knows what. Now, what's honestly sad to me is that Elon Musk knows the Bible better than most Christians because, believe it or not, there is actually a specific passage that he is quoting from the Gospels when he's talking about Egypt the way that he just did. So I know you might be thinking that sounds a little crazy, but when you open up the New Testament, you see that the devil knows scripture really, really well. He just knows how to twist it just right. And same with all his people at the tippy top of the pyramid, if you know what I'm saying. So let's take a look at what Elon Musk was actually talking about because yeah, it's in Matthew. So Matthew 24 is all about end times, the last days, which is what we're living through right now. And when you go to verse 26, Jesus literally tells us what we're supposed to be looking for. We're supposed to be looking for a false Messiah and an Antichrist under these circumstances. Therefore, if everyone's saying to you, look, this false Messiah, this miracle worker is in the desert, do not go out. Or look, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe it. So there's something that we should be watching out for here and paying attention to. Desert and hidden rooms, secret chamber, something like that. Now, going back to what Elon Musk said, when you actually take a moment to look at where ancient Memphis is inside of Egypt, you'll find that it's right next to Cairo and it's right next to the Great Pyramid of Giza and the whole Giza complex of those ancient ruins. And so the Smithsonian published this article just a year ago talking about how a hidden chamber has been found inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, and how even these thousands of years later, the Great Pyramid continues to have secret chambers, passageways, and different things inside of it. Could this be what Jesus was referring to and what Elon Musk was diabolically laughing about? Could this really be the location of where the Antichrist might appear in the future? As you can see, the little letter I right there, that's the secret chamber that was found recently, but they're not sure what it looks like quite yet. They're still mapping it out. They're still discovering it, but there's a lot still in this pyramid, including where you see letter A down there. There's what's called the bottomless pit. So, hey, you tell me. Let me know what you think. But this is looking pretty suspicious all of a sudden. Should we be looking for an Antichrist from Egypt? Now, obviously, I have my own opinion on this one, and I think this is exactly what we should be looking for. This explains mountains upon mountains of predictive programming, Hollywood movies, music, you name it, Freemason logos, different types of logos that have been used in different societies, secret societies and orders from antiquity. This would explain so much. If you want my full breakdown on this topic and much more, get my new book, Bible Prophecy Secrets, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless. Take care.
I liked how he went in depth about that. I mean, Elon's smart, but people really don't understand how smart Elon is. His own mom said he was reading encyclopedias when he was just in grade school. So it lets you know this man is not normal. Well, you guys, hey, that's another one in the books. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and watching another one with me. If you haven't already, go and smash that like button for me, smash that subscribe button, and join the iTrack fam. As always, I will catch you on the next one.